Hey YouTube, MrRampro here. We've got another knife review, and this is a long time coming. I've had this blade for a while, never reviewed it, saw it in one of my rollout cases. I'm like, you know what, I never even showed the guys the video on this sucker here. So we'll go ahead and bring it out. This is the cold steel Ti-Lite. This is the Zytel handled version. Sorry, she's so plastic handled version, and it is the smaller one. I believe they call it a large or something, a little bit different. This is, you're working on a little over three, like so, we'll say 3 3/4 inch blade, something like that. 3.5 inch cutting surface. Got a false edge back there on the top, you can see that. You're looking at kind of like a dagger stiletto type pattern, which is pretty sweet. I really dig the design of it. The function is pretty good. I would have to say the blade steel is actually pretty decent for what I would use it for. Probably just a self-defense knife, so whatever you've got is perfectly fine. You know, I'm not going to be sharpening this stuff all the time. I believe it's AUS 8, and that it is AUS 8A. So from what I've heard, that's comparable to like 440C, I believe is what it is, maybe 440B. But so probably one of your higher end, cheaper steels, if that makes sense. But the sucker's got a pretty keen edge on it. The looks on it are pretty sick. It looks like a sweet blade, and you've got couple of methods of opening here. You've got what I would call kind of a flipper design. Of course, you've got your thumb stud, so you can open it there. It's not spring assisted, by the way. Just kind of, it's really, honestly, a smooth knife. Even though I find the thumb stud kind of hard to use. You can see how close it is to the handle. Oh, that was me. So I find it kind of hard to use. Not that comfortable, honestly. And you do have this back here, which is kind of like a flipper. I have tightened this pivot screw here recently, so it's not doing what I want it to. I'm trying to stay within frame here. But you can almost flip it on the back side, or you can use it. It's kind of like a wave feature when you're drawing it out of your pocket, grabbing on your pocket corner and pulling it out that way. So for you guys that were there for the modified wave, that's just to show you kind of a standard wave feature. I never bought a wave, I just did it on the Tenacious. Decided it wasn't necessarily what I liked, but that's kind of what you're looking at, that type of feature, using that type of blade shape. So pretty cool. Pocket clip, good. I say it's it's nice and strong, really. Pretty thick compared to what I see on even some of the Spydercos. As far as the thickness of the steel, really a good pocket clip, good design. It's the same, in my opinion, as a lot of what's on the Spydercos. As far as shape goes, you can see that kind of up dent back there towards the back. This background really is not helping me at all, is it? So you can see that there. And ride's fairly decent. You're looking at this being about what you would have sticking out of your pocket, give or take a little bit. So not very deep, but maybe a ammo pouch or a little sheath on a belt or something like that, that would work pretty good. You kind of have where it flares out down here at the end, perfect for grabbing onto it. Maybe in the back pocket beside the wallet. Overall, I like the blade. I like it a lot. I think it's got a great shape. I think you have, honestly, even though it's a straight handle, you really have a pretty decent grip on it. I think it's kind of hard to jack up a straight handle, so it's kind of like you're grabbing a stick or something. But you do have a nice, you have a knife, but you also have a nice self-defense tool also I personally have been carrying the police for a little while, and you're getting about the same out of it. Now, obviously, if you're trying to carry this in a waistband or in a pocket, it's going to suck for you a little bit because, good night, the ladder lock's a little stiff. Jeez. It's a fat sucker. That is one fat freaking knife. Here's your tenacious. You're looking at tenacious right beside it. I don't know if that's showing you really what you're at. You're almost looking double the thickness of that sucker. I mean, that's freaking insane. Well, maybe 1.5. It's a fat little round knife, but you do have a pommel type device with a pretty nasty little hook on the end there to get the bad guy with. And I guess, you know, realistically, it's going to be a last defense weapon anyways, but you know, you've got something to work with there. So pretty sweet. Digging the blade overall. Nice action. Sick looking blade. Nice piercing capabilities, obviously, with that. It shreds cardboard boxes pretty good. I find that tip almost works like your Kershaw leak tip. And the fact that it's a spear point, man, that sucker will go straight through anything. I'm not necessarily a, I guess that is kind of a spear point anyways, but it's a sharp point. You know, I mean, you got a needle point there. You can just trim right through any bit of tape, anything, and shred a box on it. So you can see there. With my EDC blades, I really like the sharper points, and I really dig that one. That's pretty cool. Too big for an EDC, I do believe, but it can be done. I think that if I wasn't as into knives as I am, I would probably look at this and think that would be a great EDC blade. But using it all the time, as far as really cutting down on something, I don't think so. I think you're going to be better off having it as a backup. Throw it in your backpack, throw it in your glove box, that kind of thing. Maybe carrying it, you know, just carrying it as a backup blade, that kind of deal. I think that'll serve you better than an EDC blade by far. So, enough of all that stuff, guys. You can see the design, really nice, kind of bikerish, looking cool. And I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all have a good one.